It is the first time the U.S. Supreme Court has ever taken up the right to bear arms under the Second Amendment since it was ratified back in 1781. And the justices concluded that Americans do have a right to own guns for self-defense and hunting. It was a 5-4 ruling. Justices Alito, Kennedy, Roberts, Scalia, and Thomas in the majority. Dissenting were Justices Breyer, Bader Ginsburg, Stevens, and Souter. In the majority opinion, Justice Antonin Scalia wrote, "The Constitution does not permit the absolute prohibition of handguns held and used for self-defense in the home." Wyatt Andrews begins our coverage tonight.
This is one for the history books, the first ever Supreme Court declaration that Americans have the right to own a gun for self-protection. The Second Amendment, writes Justice Antonin Scalia, protects an individual right to possess a firearm unconnected with service in a militia and to use it for lawful purposes, such as self-defense. It was a victory for a group of Washington, D.C. residents who challenged the 32-year-old D.C. ban on owning handguns. Under the ban, security guard Richard Heller could have a gun at work, but not at home.
I'm very happy that now I'm able to defend myself.
I am disappointed in the court's ruling.
Very unhappy, though, are D.C. officials who argue the handgun ban has kept thousands of guns off the streets and saved hundreds of lives.
More handguns in the District of Columbia will only lead to more handgun violence.
In his opinion, Justice Scalia was careful not to throw out all gun control laws, stating flatly the Second Amendment right is not unlimited. And he made clear, as if speaking to D.C. officials, they still have a variety of tools, including some measures regulating handguns.
Short of a complete prohibition, it does not throw out any existing gun regulation that I know of and is not likely to do so.
So this was about the complete ban?
It was primarily about the complete ban.
But the ruling will be immediately tested around the country anywhere there's a ban on guns for home protection.
You can't say some people in the country can have a firearm in their home for personal protection, but in other part of the country, you can't. That's not the way we work in the United States.
What is historic here, though, is that the Second Amendment has long been the last area that's untested under the Constitution. And so now this great debate, does the right to bear arms apply just to militias or to the people, has been settled in favor of the people. Katie?
Wyatt Andrews at the Supreme Court tonight. Thanks very much.